Holy fuck. Come on, go live. Yay. It fucking worked. Holy fuck. Let me see. Can you guys see my fat ass? Is this, is this thing on? All right. Somebody's here. Hey, what's going on? Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Oh, sorry for the delay. I don't know. It wasn't registering the camera. So, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Let me get my new guitar. Oh, I don't know if you can tell what this color is. Hey, what's up, Time Surfing Alien? What's going on? How you doing, buddy? Have you checked your tracking? Has it started moving yet? Has that guitar started moving? So, Snug, how you doing, buddy? How's Kansas? Sunflowers are good out there or what? So, JMK's in the house. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? I got to give you guys. Oh, what happened here? Usually I got a little bar on the side. You guys got the bar on the side with the heart and 100% thing and all the others in there. Mine's not here. Oh well. So I got to give you guys thumbs up, show you some love. But welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, Kansas has got some odd weather. I mean, I always figured it's in the middle of the country, so it shouldn't be too bad, except for Tornado Alley. And that should be bad enough. But evidently, you guys get hundreds in the regular, huh? So I'm gonna hang out for a minute. You guys are regulars, so I want to give everybody else a couple minutes. JMK knows a little bit about what's going on. I got in touch with Geiger. They saw that video that I posted, and yeah, JMK, it got to me safely, and thank you. I got it. Now I just got to protect it with my life until it's done. But yeah, it got here in one piece. The box, I think, is about done. It started falling apart by the time I took it, got it open. But love that box. Okay, I watch a YouTube channel, Movies Garage, and he's out there in Kansas where you're at, and he's always talking about it being in the hundreds. And then you get real cold; it gets below zero, more fairly regularly. Not that it's always below zero, but it's common here in New York. It's not uncommon, but I wouldn't call it common. I don't know if that makes any sense. Right, at least in the southeast corner. Thanks, I worked hard on that. Wait, you made that? You made that box with the foam? You cut that foam out and everything? That looked like a box that they sent you that body in. That's what I thought. Or did you put the foam from their box in that box or something? But so Western Kansas gets worse weather, like hotter in the western section. Okay, that makes sense. It's like you're right in the exact middle of the country, So I guess it kind of makes sense, right? So, all right, we got about 5 people in here, so I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you all for coming. JMK 2112, aka Snug Drawers and Time Surfing Alien. Those are my regulars. Who else is here? Say hello. I love to say hello to you too. I'd like to know who's here. But if you want to stay anonymous, that's fine too. Thanks for coming. So, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's why I thought it was falling apart, because when the tape came apart, the corners fell. But you put that together. Got you. All right. No, then I'm going to try and salvage it too, because you know what? I'm going to fix it and I'll keep the body in there. And that's how I'll bring the body around. That's what I'm going to do with that. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, well, that shows your skill, man. That shows your skills, and I'm looking forward to that knob too. Uh, so, did we talk about that here? Did we mention that that you were making a knob from a piece of a tree that you and your autistic daughter uh, uh, had planted all those years ago? I think that's awesome. Uh, so, to start things off, I just want to let you guys in on a little surprise. I won a guitar. This guy. Now this is a blue green flip. It looks like the lighting in here is not allowing it to look that way. I don't know. How's the lighting in here anyway? I'm not using any excess lighting right now. I have a light I can turn on if it's going to make it better. And maybe that's what I'll do. Oh, there goes the camera. All right. So where was I? Yeah, the purple is because of the flip. That might be because of the not enough lighting. Yeah, that angle is okay. So I'm going to try this. This light is like, it's like looking into the eye of the sun when you turn it on. So. So, well, that helps on my end. So maybe now with a little more light, yeah, you can see the green a little better. It's got the flake in there, and that purple you were seeing, Snug, was it's the flip. There's like a blue, transparent blue over this, so sometimes you see some of that blue. It's a really nice finish on a really good guitar. It's a very fast guitar. It's a Harley Benton R446. It's basically it's a metal guitar, and it's probably the highest end spec guitar that I've got in here. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's got Artec pickups, ceramic pickups. You can definitely tell that they're ceramic pickups, but they're not bad pickups. They're actually kind of scooped sounding, so they're definitely good for metal. And modern metal uses a lot of ceramic pickups, so that's great. We got a 15, almost 15 and 3/4 inches radius on the fretboard. This neck really does feel like a more like a wizard neck. It's very flat, and I think the tuners are 18-1. This is a really good guitar. If you're looking to pick one of these up, I think they're only like 150, 200 bucks, 300 bucks. They're cheap. They're fairly cheap, but this is definitely like a solid workhorse guitar, just as it is. Personalize it a little with pickups to your total preference, and you'll be totally happy with this, man. Look for the review in a few days. Now that I just gave it one, right? Or in a few weeks, couple weeks. But yeah, so I won that at Fret Not 1 here on YouTube. Does anybody know that channel? I found it from searching for tone. Has anybody ever seen that channel? If not, I suggest you guys might want to go check them out and subscribe. It's Fret Not 1. They do lots of guitar giveaways. Searching for Tone 1-1. That's how I found out that they did it. And I just went in there and watched a bunch of their videos. And any of the videos that they introduce a new guitar that they're going to give away, all you got to do is say, share the video to other social media, and then put done in a comment, and you're entered. And I did that for 5 videos, and I won the guitar I actually wanted to win. And oh, here's a nice little aside. My birthday was September 20th. I got it on the 19th. So I couldn't ask for much better, right? I got the guitar. I won the guitar I wanted, and I got it the day before my birthday. And I need stuff, so I don't like understand some of the things. A high gain is just like, it's like the metal side of things. That's all. It's just the pickups are higher output. The distortion is, you push the distortion with more gain. So you can do squealies and things like that. And that's about it. Sometimes the pickups like this one, they're tuned for that. if you drop mids out of a, whenever you lose mids or take away mids, you can get a good metal tone with a good distortion. So pickups like this, they're wound for to have a bit of a scooped mid-range, and then once you set up your amp with a bit of a scooped mid-range, it's metal all day long. And with ceramic pickups, you get nice, bright, high end. So that's something that metal guys like. How old am I? I'm 57. I turned 57, and yes, I dye every hair on this head for YouTube. I don't have much choice. Lighting makes me look like I'm a cancer patient when my hair is all white. So it's like, I saw in a couple of thumbnails and I said, oh God, I got to dye my hair. And that was a couple of years ago, and my hair wasn't as white as it's got to be now. Thanks. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's about the only celebration I've had, was you guys telling me happy birthday and winning this guitar. So that was very cool. And thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. So, quick update. I've been working on this a little bit. This guy, it's going to be a little while before I do an actual review, because this is probably one of the harder guitars to put together as a kit. This bridge is a bit of a nightmare. Just the fact that you're working with strings that can only be a set length, and then you only have a set of fine tuners to set it up, means you got to get the tension by hand right before you even start tuning it. You know, you got to get it kind of close. If you get it too tight, like right now, I think I cut the B string. I cut all the strings, right? So they fit in here. And then the B string, by pulling on the strings before I cut them to get enough tension to lock it down up here and be kind of close, I think that's a B sharp. I think I went too far. So now I got a problem where I got to see if I can still redo that. I don't know. But I got to figure out how to string this, and then I got to figure out how to intonate this, and then I still have to learn how to wire this guy. But I've come up with a plan, because I didn't know for a long time what I was going to do. I mean, I had an idea I was going to assemble a guitar, but in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I know a guitar player that used to play this exact guitar, or almost exact guitar. Who? And I'm banging my head, and it turns out I'm banging my head for a good reason, because it's Vito Bratta from White Lion. Anybody know Vito Bratta from White Lion? Yeah. So anyway, Vito Bratta actually lives, well, he's from Staten Island, and he actually went to the same high school as me for 1 year. He was a pretty boy, family with money, and he went to private school, but he got too good on guitar in the 80s, and he needed to grow his hair long, so his parents let him go to public school for the last year, and that was my school. So not that I hung out with him, but it is a small world, though, because for a short time I was in a band with the brother of a guy in a band called Taiketo, and they were friends with White Lion before they ever got a deal. And White Lion actually used to rehearse in their basement. So in the same space I was rehearsing, White Lion rehearsed. And that was just the basement of a guy's house on Staten Island. Okay, but that was a long time before they ever got a record deal. Yes, right? So, nice stuff, poppy metal from the 80s and early 90s, right? And he was a good guitar player. But he played this, but only with one pickup. So I'm going to use that to save me some trouble. These are garbage. They're coming out. I got a carbon pickup and another body I'm going to put in here. And then these two covers are going to go in here for looks. And this switch is absolute garbage. All right, I'll tell you guys this now. I won't say this in a video because I got to be a little more respectful of the people who gave me the guitar. But don't worry, I'm not going to lie for them either. All right, but I can't show them this. Right, this is now in position. Oh, okay, it's not going to fall off anymore. All right, it was lined up, and it was lined up bad. When you put it all the way in the first position. Oh, there it is. It's in the fifth position. I had it backwards. The way that the thing is, the curvature of the arm, right? It's supposed to go like this, and it's too far on one side, and it knocks off the button. See, but you can barely see it there. Where am I? There I am. So that's got to go. So I'm going to disconnect all that, and I'm just going to wire this to the volume and the tone, and that's it. But I got to learn how to do that. So this is going to be backburnered for a little while. I am going to make a how to assemble video. Okay, basically it's going to be a build video that as soon as we get to the wiring and the setup, well, those are involved enough to take up their own video. So we're just going to do that. That's what we're going to do, the assembly part in that video, and then we'll discuss the other stuff. But you'll see, it'll be a cool video. Anyway, so if you're wondering where this is going to be for a little while, it's going to be, I'm going to be learning on it. And as I learn, I'm going to do more. Oh, yeah, and I still do have to do the pickguard video. That's the one I've been working on as a replacement for this week's Tease Guitars video that didn't go up. So, and if I'm talking too much, guys, just let me know in the chat. I'll see it. just say you're talking too much, Bob. Shut up, RJ. So that's what's up with this. All right, and we got 16 minutes in. We've already talked about a couple of things. Now we have we're going to take a little trip. Okay, I got excuse me. I got some news from Geiger. Okay, JMK, you can back me up on this. I got in touch with them through Instagram, and they basically said that they can't help me by giving me anything for free right now. My interpretation of that is that these companies, they go through cycles where product comes in and they got to promote it, right? And then they have to wait for the next batch to come in, and that's usually a couple of months, every couple of months. So there are times when you ask, as a YouTuber, you ask to do stuff like this, and they have these, you missed the window, right? And that's basically what happened here. But what they offered, they did offer something. They offered an opportunity to save 20% now on anything we buy for this build. And then if I do videos on them, and basically if they like them, they don't say that, but basically that's how it is. That's kind of understood. Right? Basically, as long as they like them, they think they're okay, they'll give us 20% back on the purchase price. I assume that means the actual purchase price, and not the price that was the original full price before the original 20% discount. I don't think we're getting 20% off that number. I think we're getting 20% off the number after the 20% comes off the first time. So if it was $80, we spent $64. We'll get another 20% of the $64 back. So whatever that is. Anyway, yes. Well, yeah, I think JMK, you're not wrong there. I think they want to see what's up. They don't know me. They don't know the channel. They did reach out to me once, and I did give them a bit of a, hey, if you're expecting me to buy this stuff and then just give you a good review while I wait to see if you're going to give me money back, that's not how I work. And so then once I sent them that message, I didn't say it that way, but once I sent them that message, they never replied again. So, but they did go to several other YouTubers. I saw the Bolt Shredder did use one, and it's actually now on their website. So, and other things. Anyway, so I'm gonna pick up some stuff. I'm gonna lay out some of the money up front because I feel like people approaching people to help out with this will work better the more they see stuff going on. If I'm just showing an empty guitar body, that's great, but if they see progress, or if they see enough shiny things on the guitar to tell them, oh, okay, this is, looks like they're being serious here. You know, um, I think that'll help. So I think I'll lay out the money for a few parts for the body up front. As funds come in, I'll take that money back, and whatever is left over, we'll just keep, you know what I mean? We'll just keep rolling over. And I'm still going to look for a couple of things from other people, you know? So it's because they're not going Geico doesn't have everything. They have pretty much all the body parts and some cool looking accessories that will work really well if we use them. So we can go get all the parts we need that are actually guitar parts that we need, and then we can add more bells and whistles later with money that we get back from them, things like that. So that's what I'm thinking there. In the meantime, we still need a neck and pickups. So, and other stuff. I want to see about getting a custom strap. So if anybody out there knows of somebody who makes, hell, if you're a biker and you know somebody who makes seats, you know, let me know, or hit them up if you happen to know them. It might be better coming from you. If you know somebody who makes straps, let me know. If you've just heard of somebody who makes straps, maybe a small guy making leather guitar straps, something like that. I would love to be able to get something really, really nice and individualized for this build from somebody like that. And I got to hit up Larry. I'm going to hit up Larry for a case, a box, because they make a pretty decent all-purpose, one-size-fits-most kind of case. So I'm going to look to see about that, and then once I see about securing that, then I'm going to see what the options are as far as getting somebody to paint it. I've mentioned Scott Levido in here, and I think that's my first go-to. If he says no, that's fine. And then I think from there, I got to try some vinyl wrappers. Right? I should be able to maybe get some vinyl wrap printed at cost and have somebody maybe voluntarily do it for free. I know a few guys who used to do window tinting, you know, so similar stuff, right? So that should be shouldn't be too hard or expensive to do, I would think, you know, as a fallback. So, but what do you guys think about all this? Uh, I want to know your ideas on all these things too. If you have your own thoughts on what to do in a situation with a case or a strap or anything at all, share, please. So, yeah, man, it's time surfing alien. I know stories like that too, right? I met Sid Falk a few times. I hung out with him a few times. He was the original drummer for Overkill, and then not long after they got their record deal, they kicked him out and got somebody else because you know he wasn't one of the owning members. So they kicked him out and got somebody else, got somebody they thought was better. Although Sid Falk kicks ass on drums. But yeah, there's lots of stories like that, you know. Uh, so yeah, so we're making some progress on that front. But I want to show you guys what I'm talking about picking up. So let me set up the screen sharing. Okay. All right. All right. So you guys can see this. So, okay. Yeah. Let me know if you guys can see this. Okay, you can. Thank you, Snow. So they have a lot of parts like this, and a lot of some of them aren't all that expensive. So I think we luck out here. Like this one, I don't know. They sell it here for like $30 on Amazon. It's like $19. So I think bouncing around between their website and Amazon, we'll get the best deals on things. But we'll get this. I got to bounce back and forth. So let me go find another one. Um, right, sorry about that, guys. This one took a while to set up. So, string trees, they're like $10. Next. Come on, show me. Load up. Thank you. No, I don't want to be on the mailing list. No. Sorry, guys. I know this leaves a black screen there. I apologize. Okay. Just trying to save the best for last. Can you guess? Here we go. Okay. These are the tuners I want to put on the guitar. Yeah, I like the rainbow finish too. Time surfing alien. Oh, Lori Fry. Hey. Lori, hello. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You're friends with TSA. Welcome. So, yeah, so I want to get these for the guitar. I would like to get them. They have a similar set that's 21:1 tuning ratio, ultra smooth. But they only come in 3x3, and they're like $60 a set. So buying enough to get a full set for our guitar is going to leave me with another full set. It wouldn't make sense. But these are basically the same thing. They just have an 18:1 tuning ratio, which is perfect. And they look great. And the whole thing with the rainbow theme is it's one of the symbols of autism. They use the rainbow, they use the infinity symbol, they use the owl. We've been through a lot of this. So, Lori, please, while you're here, subscribe to the channel. So yeah, so we're going to try and get as much rainbow stuff on this body as possible. Anything that I can't find in rainbow is going to be a gold, and probably be Geiger's, because I think the gold will be the same gold as what you see on the rainbow. So anyway, this is what I'm thinking. And what else was I? Those are the three things I was definitely going to get. But I also decided on a kill switch volume pot. Look at me with the kill switch volume pot. It's like my go-to. But I figure it's a simple way to put Eddie some type of functionality that Eddie would have on this guitar without putting another hole in the guitar, without making it obvious, right? Because it's still supposed to be, at least in spirit, a Frankenstein. So I don't want it to be too obvious, or be something that's going to detract from the finish of the guitar because we're putting holes in it and stuff like that. So, thank you, Lori. Love you, darling. So, yeah, so, yeah, so this, I think, is, that's everything I know of right here. Oh, no, there is one other thing I want to show you guys. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Load up. Come on, load up, load up. Such a pain scrolling this. All right. One of the autism symbols is an owl. So if we don't get a name brand pickup, or that if we don't get a sponsored pickup, this is going over the pickup, right? Because they call it an eagle, but to me it's an owl. I don't see anything eagle about this. I don't see anything that makes me question, gee, is this an owl? No, this is an owl. So I want to get these so that we have them, and we'll see what happens to as far as sponsorships go. It may very well be that because this is the first time we're doing something like this, that nobody really wants to jump in head first. You know what I mean? They might want to help us a little bit so they can get something out of it, but in a way that they can stay away from. You know what I mean? They can what's the phrase? Uh, well, basically they can claim they knew nothing about it, right? So, right, it looks like an L to you too, right? So, yeah, so we get a humbucker in the bridge, and I don't have to agree to like leave it open for Kathy and Sean over at Scar My Guitar, or if DiMarzio gets involved or anything like that. Then this is going to go over the pickup, right? We'll get one from my guy Guitar Madness. It'll be about $20, $22 for the pickup, and yeah, well, shipped 25. Let's call it with tax. So, and then this, we'll put one on there. We'll have two because we don't need it, but we could also use that to cover up the single coil that is going in the neck, right? Because our body has a humbucker route in the neck. It should realistically be a single coil route, but because we have that, we can always take a single coil, put it in there, make it work, right? But then cover it up with that so we can follow the theme. And then we can find something similar to do with the center, because in the center I was originally thinking we put the switch, but we want to use the switch, so we're going to try and put it in its original spot. And now that spot is open, I was going to put a medallion in there, but then, of course, Eddie has the quarter on the tremolo. Now, we don't really need it there because we don't have a Floyd Rose, because our bridge isn't routed for that, but we can still put it there for decoration purposes. So I want to put something in the middle route, the single coil route, that is, maybe I'll find a gold single coil cover with no holes, and I'll see about having it painted with the infinity symbol on it, or maybe something similar, maybe some tiny little butterfly stickers, and then we'll clear coat it, something like that. But we got to see what symbols end up in what places, right? Because if the owl ends up, I'm pointing at the screen, if the owl ends up on the humbucker in the bridge, we don't need it anywhere else necessarily, right? So, oh yeah, and I also want to get a truss rod cover. We may actually not need a truss rod cover on this guitar, but if we can get one and put it on anyway for cosmetic reasons, then we can get one that's custom, right? We can find somebody to engrave one of the autism symbols in the truss rod cover, right? And whatever ones we don't find space for, I'm gonna make reflective stickers in those shapes and put them on the back of the guitar, because as we all know, Eddie had bicycle reflectors on the back of his guitar so he could blind the audience. So we kind of do have to do the same thing here, but there's no reason we have to do it as bicycle reflectors. We could turn that into those symbols, whatever symbols are still left that we don't put elsewhere on the guitar. All right, and we need some on the headstock. So we got to try and get a 22 fret, 25.5 inch scale neck, maple neck preferably, with a paddle style headstock that's a reasonable size. Nothing too skinny. Although I would love to have a banana style headstock on here, you're not getting much on there, you know, as far as symbols and names and all that. So I would really like to get something that looks like a Fender headstock, and we'll just put a bunch of stuff on there. We could put two. We could put something nice in the circle, and something else in the cutaway, in the angle section, right? Whatever they call that. So, yeah, I'm gonna measure the neck pocket. And okay, you want me to show it? I don't have it in another room. I gotta run out. You guys be okay for about 10 seconds while I go grab it? I'll go get it and show it, right? Because Lori hasn't seen it. We got a few other people here. So, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Stay right here, guys. You're gonna be looking at it. You know what? You can admire the new guitar while I go do this. All right, it's here. It's here. It's here. Okay. So, real quick, for anyone who is not aware, this is what we're building. This is a variation on a Frankenstrat. We're doing this for autism. That's why the coloration is a bit different. And everything else that we're talking about is going to be going on this guitar. Gold or rainbow jack plate, right? Now the switch that Eddie put in the middle, we're going to have active, right? Because this has got to be paid. This has got to be sold to somebody who wants to have it as a something to talk about, a conversation piece in their home, as well as be a playable guitar. And the best way we can make this something to talk about is to make it as playable as possible. And if we can make it more playable than the actual Frankenstrat, I think that'll go a long way, because we got to make sure that has as much appeal to the average person who doesn't really have any interest in Eddie Van Halen or a Frankenstrat as possible, right? And so we got to get a middle ground, right? Now, if you think differently than anything I'm saying right now, please let me know, guys. Put it in the comments here, put it in the chat, and we'll talk about it. But in my mind, I feel like we have to do everything we can to appeal to the largest number of people as possible, so that we can make the two people in that room with the most amount of money fight over this guitar. And the way we do that is make sure that it has as much symbolism for autism all over it as possible. We take the idea of a Frankenstrat and we turn it on its ear a little bit and use it in every way possible to help us send that autism message. And I don't think there's a whole lot of other guitars out there that could even come close to doing this. When I think about guitars that we could do for situations like this, all I can think of are Eddie's guitars. You know, anything else that's iconic has been burned at Woodstock, or it's in David Gilmour's collection, and it's got a standard black finish, or you know what I mean. They're regular guitars, nothing that eye-catching like this. So this is the way to go as far as like getting a guitar for what we're doing, an auction like this, right? So can't really see it too good. Does this help? Or maybe, yeah, like this. Yeah, I know I can't keep holding it up high all the whole time. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I understand. Let's get a full-size picture, right? That's what you're trying to tell me, Time Surfing Alien? Oh, yeah, I got it. There we go. Yeah, all right. Maybe I really should have been on the short bus. So, yeah, so this is it. Okay, so I'll get the bridge. I'll get the tuners. I'm going to get that stuff now. I'm going to spend about 80 bucks, 100 bucks, put it on my credit card. I'll get that stuff here. We'll put it on. We'll show it. Try and get more interest. Try and get people to put more money in the PayPal to help cover the cost of these parts and everything else we want to do, because this isn't gonna be cheap. Right? We're gonna have this is gonna if we don't get things for free, we're gonna be getting a cost, hopefully. And if we do that, it's still going to cost like $500-600 to do all this, maybe more, because we're talking about approaching people to do custom work, right? And if JMK came to me tomorrow and said, "Hey, you know what? I want money for this and that and whatever," I couldn't tell him no. He's worth every penny he asks for. You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes for the same for anybody. So. If anybody wants to contribute to this, head on over to PayPal. The email connected to my PayPal account is rjscave, RJSCAVE @gmail.com. Okay? And you're welcome to put a couple dollars in there. You have my hand to God. I will make sure that all the money that you give is going to go towards this guitar. At the end of this build, if there's any money left over, it will go towards another build. We're in early talks. I've had early communications with some people about doing something in the future for another cause. And it seems like there's could be a lot of interest in us doing these for the foreseeable future. I can probably foresee 4 or 5 total builds easy, maybe more, who knows. So if you want to help us, thank you, please do. And you can do that. The easiest way is to drop a couple dollars in the PayPal account. It's rjscav@gmail.com. All right, thanks. Did I just do this like way over here and hide it? I'll volunteer for you. Yeah, JMK, I was mentioning, yeah, I was thinking, when I said that, I was thinking about our earlier conversation about possibly doing something, a second build. I think we have a good theme for the channel. Yeah, I think, well, you know what? I think builds is the way to go. I think I need to step up and learn a few more things and be able to do those things in-house ultimately. So I got to find time to do that. But yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a good idea. I think if we can do a few more of these, well, it would be wonderful for the channel, but it would, more importantly, it would be wonderful for everything else, you know? I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm getting positive karma from this already in the form of this guitar that I just won, you know? Because we only started doing that a little while ago. Like a month, we started talking about this. And then that's about the same time frame this started. Literally. I mean, like a couple, like, I actually think, if I remember correctly, I ended a stream with you guys and I was looking around online, and that's when Searching for Tone was like, oh, hey, look, I won this guitar. He's got a video up. And that started the whole thing. So it seems like it's, who knows? You know what I'm saying? The whole karma thing. Who knows? JMK, you're a gentleman and a scholar. I truly appreciate your generosity, because that is huge. The channel couldn't do this without you volunteering. So I will always appreciate you. And one of these days, I get a couple dollars in my account. Once this build is over and I've paid off the credit card, I'm gonna send you a little thank you gift. I decided that earlier today. It might just be a whole big care package of stuff that's from the merch store, but I'm going to figure out some way of thanking you for this. Okay. So, well, you deserve it, man. What would somebody pay to have this done? Right? Your time, not just your time. You got to figure, right? We got to figure. You know, I'm sure you know this. We got to figure your time, your expenses, and you got to make money on your expenses as well as your time in order for this to truly be a profitable thing. So you got to get at least double whatever you spend, plus like a couple $100 for you. You're as an artist, it's your expertise that you're paying for, right? Or I'm paying for. So, but yeah. So it might not be a while. It might not be for a little while, but I have every intention of sending you a care package. So, all right, guys. We're at 45 minutes. You know, I didn't think we would get this far and all this. I thought we would end up being short on time. So, let me. So let me, you know what, while we're still here, let me explain to you what happened for this video this week. So this guy died on me. And evidently it's been dying on me for a little while and I didn't know. Last 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe, you guys have noticed I've had a few videos that have been a little funny with the audio. It was this. I thought I was having a problem with my mics. Because, you know, they're $30, $40 microphones. I don't expect them to last forever. I'm getting them off Amazon. No name, you know what I mean? No brand names, none of that. So First thing I figured was, oh, $20 microphone, kick the bucket again. No, it didn't. It was this. So I ordered a quickie replacement. Fingers crossed. I hope it's good enough. Because I went cheap, but well reviewed. So we'll see. And all the reviews said great sound quality. But I got a mixer this time, so we'll see if I can make things sound a little better from now on. But that's going to be next week, and because of that, it's going to be here next week. Because of that, I wasn't able to finish the T's Guitars ST1 review. So I'll be getting that out hopefully by next Sunday. And the review, the replacement video I was going to do was going to be the how to do a pick guard, how to make a pick guard from how to make a pick guard from a piece of veneer. And I couldn't get that finished on time either. Sorry. But how does it look anyway? Does that look right on that guitar, on the guitar? Does it look good? It looks decent, that pick guard. So anyway, so how have you guys been anyway? Thank you, JFK. Yeah, I think it looks good too. It's just a piece of walnut that I stained with RIT. Who would have thought RIT clothing dye would be so good for wood? So, okay, you like it too. Cool. All right. So, yeah, I don't know what else to do, guys. We can jam a little bit. You want to hear this guitar? Tell me what you think about this. Also, tell me what you think about how well you can hear it now, since this thing is up here, closer to the speaker. Now it's going to take a minute to warm up. No reason. Use it on a bill. Times TSA, I'm not sure where you're at when you say I've used it on a bill. Oh, okay, you talk about the RIT dye. I see now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's actually not bad. I've heard people say that it actually goes more on top than in the wood, which I think is true, because when you sand it back, when you put a lot on it and sand back, it all comes right off. So there's truth to that. But I think overall it's pretty good, and you can get tons of colors. You look around, you can find just about any color you want. You want 18 different pinks? I'm sure you can find all 18 different shades of pink. You put the food coloring in the vinegar, not water, right? Because I was thinking about food coloring water, but I didn't want to stain. I didn't want to have to sand back any raised grain from using water-based stain. Will vinegar evaporate fast enough that it doesn't really cause an issue? I was actually thinking of maybe using it with some naphtha or something like that. Now, I wasn't going to try it with just naphtha, but that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking of using. You understand? It works well that way though. With using the vinegar, it doesn't. You don't have to worry so much about sanding. Nice. So, all right, what do you guys think of this? I'm going to put it on the clean channel. I put it on the bright clean. Turn it down a little so it doesn't give myself a little headroom. Not enough headroom. Turn it down. That's less than half volume. I can't do much less. Vinegar opens the grain and allows the dye to get in. Still need to sand back. Okay, so it doesn't have a very fast evaporation time, but it helps the color go deeper. That's good. that's actually good, and really good actually, because it helps you with the issue of having to sand back. You can end up sanding away a lot and have to keep reapplying. This helps you keep from having to do too much of that. Nice. These pickups are hot. These pickups are hot. It's pushing the amp too much. Not that I'm complaining. I like them hot. Neck pickup. I went from the bridge to the neck. And that's the other thing. This guitar's got a 5-way switch and 2 humbuckers. So let's see what we get. Bridge. Right? Oh yeah, I'm sure sheet vodka will loosen you up pretty good. It'll spread out your grain easy. Okay, so all right, so that was the bridge. Now I'm going into position 2. I think this is split. Sounds like a split. All right, middle. I think that's going to be coils from both of them together, because it sounds like a humbucker, but it's in the middle. Now position 4. I like position 4. It's a little hollow, but not really hollow. And now we'll try the neck. Excuse me. So coming up on an hour, I guess in about 5 more minutes or so, it's going to be an hour. So we'll just call it then. All right. So now distortion. It's got that ceramic-y edge that it's okay. I don't mind it on this guitar so much, but I like a little bit more well-rounded. You guys are having a conversation, so I'm going to play. So, all right. So, guys, it's closing in. It's close enough. It's 5 minutes to Medusa. Oh man, wow, Medusa. I haven't heard that one in ages. I should learn that though. I should learn that one. That's a good one. Indians. That's another one. Indians. Or that whole album's great. I love Spreading the Disease. That's probably my favorite Anthrax album. Although Metal Thrash and Mad ain't too bad either, right? What's his name from? What's his name? He was in Herax. He was in Herax too? I forget. He was great though. Yeah, I Am the Law. Down, down, down. Oh shit! All right, I gotta learn these now. See what you started? But you know, when I was younger, I played bass. That was my first instrument, and I played a lot of that stuff on bass. So when I started learning how to play guitar, I just kind of like figured them out that way. So I know that they're not really quite there, you know. But my versions of these songs ain't that far off from anybody else's, I think. You know how it is. We always figure things out on our own and don't get it quite right. So, yes, that's what I was talking about from Hyrax. Yeah, he was. Wasn't he? Who? Right, he was in there. He was in there, right? Because I know. Shit. I'm probably getting. You know, there's so many bands that got that close and didn't make it that were circling around Anthrax. Oh shit. But yeah, I thought he was in Hyrax, and he was the original singer. But I'm not thinking now. When I like Hyrax. When you say Hyrax, I'm saying that feels right. But Anton, I don't. I'm thinking of another name, but I don't. It's like yeah. So, but I've been working on this. I figure I'm going to have to learn some Eddie if I'm going to be presenting this guitar to an auction filled with a lot of people with money. I'm going to have to learn some Eddie. So I started trying to. All right, that's about all I get good. And after that, I kind of forget. I still got to work on it. But yeah, so that is something I'm working on for this build. So. Right. I Am the Law, right? So, for all I know, I'm thinking that's what it is, and I'm totally off base. Right. Oh, it was starting to almost sound like it there for a second, right? Man, you got your lighter up too? Yeah, so it's just about time, guys. We're about 59 minutes. And, oh, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. So it's probably time. So, why do I feel like I should be getting out the magic mirror like the lady from Romper Room and saying goodbye to everybody? Because that's what happens when I watch Bald Shredder say hello to everybody, and that's what I think of. So, thank you, TSA. Thank you for my birthday, for saying that. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for the birthday wishes. And thank you for everything, guys. My apologies for not having the video up in time, but it was unforeseen circumstances. I will do my best. I'm going to try and get the one that I'm trying to replace. All right, stop at the marble now. I'm going to try to get the video that I was trying to get out as a replacement sometime in the next couple of days. Excuse me, got gas. But I'm also going to try when I get to, and once I get the mixer, I'm going to start finishing up the other build for Sunday, the other one for Sunday, the T's guitars. So keep an eye out. I'm going to try and get 2 videos out for this week because why not? It seems like the more shorts I put up, the better they do. So I'm going to try and start doing that when I can with other videos as well. Anyway, who knows if I'll actually follow through. Enough rambling, guys. You've been awesome. I've been RJ. Until the next one, thank you for coming. I'll see you guys right here next Sunday, no matter what. Until the next one, take it easy, all right? Love you all. Yes. More visibility, more subscribers. I like that. All right, good night now. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Really, I do.